Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then make sure to click the subscribe button down below. And today we're starting a brand new series and we are doing the blind Pinterest challenge. I'm going to take this off now. So for this challenge we basically go on Pinterest, see if we can find some interesting or decent kind of craft projects, but I only want to see them like a picture on their own. I don't want to see instructions, I don't want to see how you actually make what it is that I'm supposed to be making. And then hopefully I can do a decent interpretation of what it's supposed to be, or maybe even make it better. But what we'll do is we'll head onto Pinterest and see what we can find. Right, so I've got Pinterest up on the computer and we'll see what we can do. This is just kind of the front page of it, but I'm wanting something that I can probably do, hopefully I can do, but something a little bit complicated too. I don't want something too simple. Yeah, I could probably do this. I don't really want to do that though. Yeah, I'm going to try to avoid anything with kind of sewing or crochet or anything like that because I'm terrible at it. Oh god, they're really nice, aren't they? Thing is, like that, they're really nice. There's no way I'd be able to do that. I'm not sure how they've kind of cut the mirror or anything like that. It's something that's completely out of my skill set, so it's not something I'll be doing. Right, I'm gonna have a quick search for something because I can't find anything I want. I want like a modern kind of craft thing. I don't know. Put modern craft to sell, see what comes up. I've made these before, these string balls. They're a pain in the arse to make. See, like this, I would have made this, I attempted to make this, but it's just showing us exactly how to make it, so I can't do that. Try a different search, because I don't like this one. Let's put modern craft ideas. See what comes up. I could probably make these. You know what, I'm going to try to make these, I think. Basically, I think all I'm going to need is some kind of wood for the back end. Then, I don't know whether they've used metal, but I don't particularly have a lot of experience in metal, so I might use like a belt or some sort of leather to kind of keep it in place. And then obviously a jar, and then some plants. And I think they look really nice. I really like them, and I think it's something I can do. So we'll go for this one. Obviously give us a good few days while I source materials and stuff, but you won't have to wait that long. So yeah, I'll gather all my materials and I think we're going to try and recreate this one here. No, I don't want to look too much at stuff. Yeah, I'll recreate this one. Obviously I don't know how they've made this. They seem pretty simple, seem pretty straightforward. I'm probably digging myself a hole because mine will turn out shite, but we'll give this a go, see if I can do a decent interpretation or replicate this idea that I've got here. So I'll see you in one flash. And I'm back. It's been a little over a week and I've got all my materials that I think I'll need. I've got these kind of wood panels that I thought would be good for the back part of the planter. I have these little glass jars. Obviously I don't need the lids, but I thought they were pretty nice. And I just bought some kind of cheap brown fake leather belts online, and hopefully this will be strong enough to support the glass jars. That's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. Yeah, and I think it's going to be pretty simple. So let's begin. Right, so I'm going to start off with these wood panels, and these are just little panels that you use for painting. And they're quite rigid, they're quite strong. They are quite thin, so I am worried about how strong they're going to be for this, but hopefully it'll be fine. I did also notice that on the image, they don't have kind of a hole or anything to hang them onto, so I'm just going to glue a hook onto the back. And I think I've got some hooks already in the studio, and that should do the trick. I think I'm gonna... Because I was trying to think to myself, I was like, I don't want this jar to be permanently kind of stuck into here, because I was just going to glue this all the way around and then kind of stick it on. But I want to be able to take the jars out because you'll probably want to wash them, they'll get dusty. So I'm thinking about creating a loop with the leather, gluing it, and then hopefully that can just slip in, and then glue the loop onto the back of here. That's kind of where my mind is at the minute. Right, let's do that. I also purposefully bought a jar that was kind of beveled at the bottom so that it would slip in, and I'll create kind of the belt loop around this bit here, so it can just slot in. So I just need to measure this out. So I wanted about, I think that'll probably be fine. I want to cut that straight as well, so I cut it about there. Cut that part off. See, I was debating as well whether to hot glue it or whether to use super glue, and I think I'm just going to go for hot glue, I think. In fact, I'm going to super glue this bit, not hot glue it, because super glue will be so much stronger. Oh, I hope this works. I really hope this works. Right. And I've got 4 of these to make as well. I will be making 4. I'll tell you as well at the end how much it all cost to make, so that'll be interesting to see how much I spent. While that glue's drying, I'm just going to measure some of the others out. And feel free to let me know in the comments if you would have done this completely a different way. No doubt when I up, you'll be like,
I'd have done it differently.
And my plan B, if this doesn't work, is that I'll hot glue the leather thing directly to the jar and they'll just never get cleaned. Because I think it's always important to have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, and obviously with this as well, you can kind of interpret it any way you want. You can make it your own, but the purpose of this challenge is to try and make it as to the picture as I possibly can. And I know fine well, looking at the picture, my kind of leather cord's a bit on the thin side and it's going to be based on the bottom, but my wood's a little bit different as well, but no one can be perfect. Right, I've got them super glued, so they are just resting. And now, essentially, I just need to glue gun this to here, and I think that's it. Simple. No, I was going to glue gun, but I know fine well the glue gun won't be as effective, so yeah, I think the super glue is the best way to go. I've just got a good feeling. I think you have to just go with your heart. A nice big dollop. And then just place that on like so. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about it. Right, now repeat that for the next lot. So we'll do that now. The only thing I should have done, thinking about it, is I should have measured where they actually are, so that they're at the right height, but I didn't do that. Yeah, and as well, if you are doing this, I would connect, obviously take the back bit and connect that to the board so it hides it the best you can, because you don't want to stick it like this, because that'll look really shitty. The details count, they count. Yeah, how's everyone's day doing as well? I think people don't often ask that, but mine's going alright. It's a cold but sunny day, so it's one of those kind of winter days where it's like crisp but nice. Which makes a change because I live in the UK and it's usually pissing it down. But yeah, let me know how your day is going, what you're up to, if you're up to anything decent, if you're doing any lovely craft projects. Right, I'm on my last one now, so hopefully that'll be the last of that. I was going to screw the hooks in, but the board is really thin, and I don't have any screws that thin, that small, so I am just going to glue them to the back and hope that they work. They should be alright. So I've got 4 of these made, and I'm gonna... They feel quite secure. Let's just kind of test. Hang on. Okay. The thing is, they hold them up, but they've kind of sagged. I didn't really want them to be saggy. Like, if you kind of look, they look a bit sad. In the picture, it doesn't look like that. It's okay. It's alright. It's fine. It's strong enough, though. It's holding it, so that's good. But I'll stick some hooks on the back, and then we can try and attach them to the wall and add some flowers as well and see what that's like. Okay, so I've put some nails in the wall in a kind of diamond formation like they did in the picture, and I've also just attached a little screw there just with super glue so it doesn't kind of come through the other side, and hopefully this is going to look okay. Hopefully. So we'll put these on the wall and then we'll put the jars in, and I've got some flowers as well. They look okay. They're on the wall, so that's a point. Now this is the part I'm worried about, adding the jars, because these jars are glass, they're quite thick, they're quite heavy. I'm just hoping these can support these. Right. Right. I have jars on the wall. They're standing. Well, not standing, they're hanging, and they haven't fallen, and like, hang on, I'll show you the side view. So like, you can kind of see there that they pretty droopy, they like droop off the wall. But other than that, they kind of work, and I'm like, okay, but we'll put some flowers in and maybe that'll kind of mask the droopiness. I bought this little bunch of flowers. By the way, they're fake flowers, because if they were real,
I'd kill them.
And also, if you're putting water into these, it's adding more weight onto it, and there's more chance that they'll fall off. So I've went for artificial flowers. I just want to cut them down to size as well, because they're a bit on the big side. So I probably just want them... Oh, I'm gonna need bloody pliers. Oh no, never mind. And there we go. The flowers, I think, have kind of rescued it, but let's just get in a closer look. I don't think they look too bad. But I'll do a side by side, so expectation, reality. But yeah, I think I've done a half decent job. I think it's not exactly what it looked like on the picture on Pinterest. It looked a lot better on Pinterest, and I think I've kind of done the best I can with it. The only thing I would say is to kind of resolve the droop, I would have put kind of this belt bit further up here so that it attaches kind of straight rather than sagging droopy. And I think I would have stained these to be a bit darker because they look a bit pale and not the best. Oh, I'll tell you how much I've spent as well. So, to make all of this, in total, this cost me 36 quid to make. It's kind of sad and depressing when I think about it that I've spent £36 on this. Hang on, let me have a look properly. Yeah, no. No, it doesn't look great. It's a bit sad. Whereas the one on Pinterest looked really kind of elegant and sophisticated, mine looks really kind of cheap and tacky. Which I'm not surprised about, to be fair, but I think I've done okay. It could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. But that's it for today's episode of the Blind Pinterest Challenge. I did have quite a lot of fun making this and making this episode as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, then give it a thumbs up. I was going to say, let me know if you want to see another one, but I think I'm going to make another one anyway because I've enjoyed it so much. But Hopefully I find something that can look a little bit better, hopefully. Or hopefully I can find something that I can do a bit better. But if you find anything on Pinterest that you want me to try and recreate within reason, don't go crazy, then let me know in the comments, send us a link or something. My Instagram is somewhere along here, and maybe I'll recreate it as well, or attempt to recreate it. But before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!